Hi everyone, how you doing? Just a quick Sunday service recap. Yesterday we were celebrating our second anniversary at Kingdom Nation Ministries. It was awesome. We're so excited about the things that God is doing, where He's taken us from, and the direction that He's heading us. And so we had our spiritual parents. We called in the big guns. We called in the big guns. We had mom and dad. We had Apostle Duncan Manyonda in the house. We had Pastor Sheila in the house. And yesterday we had an amazing time. And after the service, there were certain things that were mentioned during the service that I was just reflecting on. I was just reflecting on those things, and I found myself reflecting on the book that my spiritual dad, Apostle Dagen Manyonda, released, the book titled Expectations of Your Son. If you don't have a copy, please contact our office, and then we can order a copy to you, shipped one to you. You can even go to the Power Center page, and they should make a request. We should be able to ship a copy to you. All right. So one of the things that was mentioned in the service, it was more of a father son kind of setup, and apostolic covering, releasing blessing on his children, on his sons and daughters. And it just brought me to this, one of these arguments that I often have with people, and one of the things that we've been addressing in our ministry. The reality of Christianity is that sometimes we are caught in between certain dynamics. In God's plan, in God's vision, God's mission is that He wants His leadership, His headship to be blessed, and He wants the fellowship to be blessed. He wants the shepherds to be blessed, and He wants the sheep to be blessed. He wants us as pastors to be blessed, and then He wants the congregants, every congregant to be blessed. That's the win-win situation God wants. The pastors are winning, and the congregants are winning. Everyone, both parties are blessed, they are prospering, they're healthy. But the reality on the ground, brothers and sisters, is that sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes we have a win-lose, and sometimes we have a lose-win, and the worst case scenario we have a lose-lose. And what I mean by that is this. Sometimes we have cases in which, the pastors are blessed, and, the congregants seem to be not making as much progress or not being as prosperous as they should. And in such cases, you will hear people speak and they'll say, oh my gosh, these pastors, they're exploiting people, they're exploitative, they're taking your money, taking your offerings, and then, and there's all sorts of talk because one party seems to be benefiting at the cost of the other. And then we have another situation, a situation in which the congregation is blessed and then the pastor seems to be worse off. And in such cases, you hear people say stuff like, these congregants don't take care of their pastor, they don't love their pastor, they don't honor their pastor. You have all sorts of talk. The worst case scenario we have, God forbid, is a situation in which both the pastor and the congregants are not doing well at all. And then in such cases, you hear people say, this church thing doesn't even work at all. But in reality, the church thing is supposed to work. The church system is supposed to work because God wants us both to win. He wants us as leadership, as pastors, to be blessed, and He wants you guys as the congregation to be blessed as well. But the reason why sometimes we have these dynamics, in which, one party is blessed, another party is not blessed, or both parties are not blessed, is because somewhere in between, there may be a violation of God's systems and God's principles. Today, I want to address one of the principles, to just highlight one of the revelations in which, in a scenario in which the pastors seem to be blessed, and then the congregation is not blessed. I know you've been a part of that conversation in which people are saying, oh, look at these pastors, now they're becoming millionaires from people's tithes, from people's offerings. But just above tithes and offerings, there are things that pastors do that sometimes the congregation doesn't do. There are things that the pastors preach that the congregation does not take seriously. For example, those are one of the things that, that are addressed in the book Expectations of Your Son. You need to get a copy of the book. Some of the things that our dad and our mom released on us yesterday. One of the things that pastors do is that every pastor, like myself, we have a spiritual covering. And one of the things that we do when we're going to do a spiritual covering is that we go to consult, we go for advice, we go for counsel. And we go to our spiritual parents and we say, hey, I'm submitting. I'm hearing God say this. Okay, this is what I feel God is saying. But I'm not sure, but I need you to confirm, to cover me in prayer, to confirm and bring me counsel on how I should do things. But now when it comes to the congregation, one of the mistakes that congregants make is that congregants assume that pastors, just do things. We're just autonomous. We just do whatever we want. They don't know that we also submit. And we submit entirely. And we go and we submit and we ask for advice. We ask for counsel. Before we make final decisions, we ask. But sometimes we as pastors are put in situations in which people come when they've made decisions and they just want us to bless their mess. Oh, yes. The people, sometimes congregants, want their pastors to bless their mess. But they don't know that pastors don't go to their pastors to get their messes blessed. No. They go to ask for advice, to ask for counsel, to get a second opinion, and to also say, you know what, as my spiritual father, What you say means a lot to me, and what you say will go above what I think and what I believe. And sometimes as pastors, what we do is that when we go to our spiritual covering, we take what they say. We just take it and we apply it. But sometimes congregants don't do it that way. Sometimes we have congregants that just want to, they do whatever they want. They make their own decisions, they make their own plans. And then they just come to pastor and they say, Pastor, this is what I want to do. Please bless it. And sometimes as a pastor, you're put in that situation which this is a bad idea. But because the person has already made that decision, you just bless them. And then you just say, you know what, if it is, you want to hear what I really think about it, let me know. But right now, if you just want me to bless it, I will bless it as your pastor. And sometimes the congregation does not have, they don't receive the outcome that they were hoping for. But the problem was not that the church thing doesn't work. The problem was not that Christianity doesn't work. The problem was that the faith doesn't work. The problem is that you're not applying the correct principles, sometimes of submission. So one of the things that I just want to share with you that, if you want to get the most out of Christianity, submit. Get an authority and submit under the authority. And when you have big decisions to make, when you have in scenarios that require high level decision making, situations that require you to make decisions about your destiny, about your future, before you make a decision, sometimes it's good to go to the man of God that you submit and then say, hey, these are the options that are there. Help me to make the God decision, not the good decision, but the God decision. And help me, pray for me so that as I make the decision, I'll get the results I want. And you will begin to see different results in your life. Thank you very much for taking your time to watch this. I hope this has been beneficial to you. Subscribe to our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have so much more material that we're putting out there for you guys to be blessed, to be edified, and to be empowered. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your day. Bye.